Hey, welcome back to Dino Talk. My name's Bobby Dino, and today's topic is getting busted. Okay, we've been getting a lot of different questions about this. What happens here? What happens there? What happens when you go through this or that? I actually just released a story about hitting the main line. You can find it at bobbydino.com/blog/mainline. If you just look at the blog, it'll be the newest story up, and that has to do specifically with hitting the yard, the general pop, for the first time. But anyways, let's get into it. So, what happens about getting busted? Well, first, you do something illegal. Okay, you don't get busted for nothing. I mean, sometimes it happens, but most of the time, it's because you did something. Okay, now once you do get busted, once you do get caught doing something illegal, there's two different levels of it. There's the misdemeanor level and the felony level. So the misdemeanor level is the lesser of the crimes. And what can happen there a lot of times is you might just get a ticket or might just get cited or released. I mean, sometimes you might get handcuffed and thrown in jail depending on what it is. But other times, I mean, they might not even put you into custody. So with something like that, you just get some type of citation, some type of ticket, you'd go to court, you'd have your court date and you'd handle it. However, we're going to talk more about the felony stuff. So felony, okay, when they catch you doing a felony, they're putting handcuffs on you and they're taking you to jail. Now, they aren't going to take you to real jail. They're going to take you to police station jail, unless you were caught by sheriffs or something. But even then, they're going to take you to their substation, right? So they'll take you in, and this real jail, this fake jail rather, it's just going to be the police station, some holding area in there. And then the detectives are going to question you. They're going to try and get your story. Now, here's the lesson that I learned, and I'm going to share it with you, okay? Don't say shit. Immediately upon being arrested or whatever, you're going to clam up. And if they do Mirandize you, and Mirandizing is your Miranda rights, where they say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law, blah, 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 right? So they're telling you right off the bat, anything you say, we're going to use it against you. So don't say anything. If you ask for a lawyer, like if you say, I'm going to invoke my Mandor Rights, I'm not going to tell you guys anything, I want a lawyer. By law, they're supposed to cease and desist with the interrogation then. That doesn't mean that you're going to go free. You're still going to be stuck in jail, but at least you're not going to say things or do things that might incriminate you later. Because let me tell you something. This is something that people don't realize. The cops can lie to you. Okay, they can lie to you about all types of things. Like they can tell you, oh, so-and-so's in the next room right now signing a confession saying that you did everything, right? So that they're trying to get you to roll on your partner, you know, or hey, that guy that whatever you did, he's dead. We're going to charge you with a 187. Or they can just tell you all types of different stuff, right? To try and get that confession out of you. So don't think that because they're a police officer, they're going to sit there and tell you the truth. They can lie their asses off, which is another reason why you don't want to tell them anything, because you don't know what's real or fake or whatever coming from them. So don't talk to the cops. Just ask for your lawyer, and that's it. Okay. Now, after your question at the station, they're going to bring you to county jail. This is the real jail. Okay. County is run by sheriffs. The sheriffs got to start their sheriffness in the county. They have county jurisdiction, and that's where it gets pretty crazy. You got a lot of people that are in there that are just nuts. There's not that same kind of prison respect to where people just want to get along and be in peace. Usually the things that you hear about county that are pretty crazy are true. You know, people try and jack you, people try and do whatever. So you're going to go to county and you're going to sit there, right? And then, you know, because county's rough, it is. What'll happen then, you'll have an arraignment. Whether this happens before you leave the police station or after, right, you're going to be arraigned. Usually that's supposed to happen within 24 hours. However, there are circumstances like if you get arrested, let's say on a Friday, and there's no court on Saturday and Sunday, so you're going to spend that weekend in the holding cells and then go to court on the Monday, right? You'll be brought up before a judge. The judge will, your charges will be read by the DA, whoever it is. If you don't have your own lawyer, you'll be assigned a public defender at that point. And what'll happen is everybody's guaranteed to a speedy trial, okay? You're supposed to have your trial within 10 days or whatnot. However, everybody agrees to have their time waived. And the reason being is your lawyer needs time to set up their case, and then the DA, even though they're not your friend, they need time to set up their case, right? But everybody's allowed a speedy trial. The minute you waive your right to a speedy trial, your trial can get put off like forever, meaning that, like, let's say the DA, that your next court appearance, the DA is like, oh, Your Honor, I'm going to request for a continuance because we need to find this witness and that witness and whatever, you know. So you already waived your right to a speedy trial. So that judge can just be like, oh, okay, granted. And now, even though it's working against you because you waived your right, that whole option is gone. Just to put in perspective, when I was fighting my case going upstate, I was in county for 15 months, which is a long time. It's a long time to be there. You got to really, I mean, obviously you don't want to get in trouble, but you got to really see what's going on and realize what rights you have and what rights you're giving up, okay? So you'll stay in county while you go to court. Now, jailhouse snitches are a real thing. So while you're going to court, you don't talk about your case to anyone. You don't reveal case information. You don't talk to people about what you did or didn't do, because somebody might be trying to work a deal on the side, and they might be a jailhouse snitch. And then the next thing you know, someone that was in the cell next to you is on the stand talking about, oh yeah, so-and-so told me he did it, right? And now you got a witness against you. So you don't talk to anybody about your case while you're in there. You keep your mouth shut and you go to and from court and handle your business. Now, once you've been found guilty, or you plead out, meaning like you plead guilty, or you can't really do nolo contendere unless you got a really rich lawyer, but that's another one, which just basically means you're not admitting your guilt, but you're not contesting the charges being brought against you, which is you're guilty. So once that happens, you'll be sentenced. Okay, so there'll be the day that you go and you plead or you're found guilty, and then there will be a different day where a sentencing hearing where they will determine, or a judge will say like, okay, this is how much time you're going to go do, right? After that happens, you're going to take your ride upstate. So it won't be right away. It's not like you're going to leave the courthouse and immediately jump on a bus and go up to prison. You'll go back to county. You might even be there a month or two, right? While you're essentially getting your spot to take that bus ride, okay? Now, once your day comes for you to go upstate, to go to real prison, they'll come and they'll wake you up early in the morning. They'll process you out. You'll come and you'll get on a bus that's CDC, or California Department of Corrections. There'll be transport officers there. One will be in the back in a cage with a rifle, usually a Mini 14, and then you'll have one in the front caged off, and they'll have a gun too. And so you're being taken with armed escorts up to a reception. Now, reception, okay, it's prison, but it's not the real prison yet. It's not the mainline or anything like that yet. So you go to reception, and it's also crazy there too. Depending on your level, you might get put in cell living, which is where you have another cellie, or you might get put in dorm living. But you're still around people. They don't know where they're going. You don't have the same type of rights or privileges that you would on a regular mainline. So you're stuck in this place while they do your classification. The classification works on a point system, and what they do is they determine by points what level you're going to be on. There's 4 levels in prison. It's 1 through 4, 1 being the lowest, 4 being the highest, right? When they're doing your classification, all types of different things can bring your points up or drop them. So obviously, however much time you have, that'll bring your points up. But like, let's say if you're college educated, or if you're married, or if you're whatever, that can bring your points down, right? Level 4 is where a lot of the gnarly guys go, and people would think that level 4 would be like the craziest, most just happening, rocking and rolling spot, but it's actually pretty mellow for the most part, and I use the term mellow loosely, only because those guys know that they've got such a long time to do, they want to kick back and do their time in peace. Level 3, which is where I started, that's pretty rocking and rolling. There's a lot of riots and different stuff happening, and a lot of people trying to prove who they are or what they can do. So that gets pretty intense. So in reception, you get classified. They figure out what level they're going to put you on. They figure out where you're going to go, right? And then after you're in reception for, it could be a couple months. I don't think it would be any shorter than a month, but you'd probably be there around a couple months or so. Then you get taken to the prison that's going to be your home, okay? Once you get to that prison, you won't immediately go to the mainline or to general population, GP, Gen Pop. Those are all the same thing, okay? What'll happen is you'll go CTQ, which is confined to quarters. So you get there and you get put in like a different area, or like if you're in cells, you're in your cell and you can't come out and go to the yard and do the regular stuff because they're double checking on who you are, making sure no enemies, making sure your classification was correct. And then they're getting you a job. They're putting you some type of work detail or whatever. And you'll be CTQ'd for it could be a few days, could be a week, could be a couple weeks, however long they want to make it, essentially. And then after CTQ, that's when you'll be able to get the same privileges and rights as everybody else. And then you hit the main line. You hit Gen Pop. Once you do, somebody will have checked your paperwork probably before, but once you do hit the main line, you'll meet different homeboys or meet different people that maybe you weren't able to meet before. You'll introduce yourself. They may want to check your paperwork and, go from there. So it's a little bit of a process. I mean, the best thing to do, obviously, stay the hell out of prison, man. Don't get in any trouble. Don't do anything stupid, right? Prison is real easy not to go to. It is. You just gotta be in control of your facilities, man. Don't do anything nuts. Before we sign out, I've got a new group called The Outfit. Please check out the link. We got a lot of cool people in there, and we've got people that are from all different types of walks of life and professions, and it's already helping people and getting people going in the right direction. Really excited about it, and please give it a gander when you get the chance. Thanks for joining. We'll have another issue or episode shortly. My name is Bobby Dino, and until next time, stay safe out there.